Hello, and welcome to my operator guide for Sledge. This is one of a series of short videos that will help you get the most out of each operator in Rainbow Six Siege. Sledge is a 2-armour, 2-speed attacking operator from the British Special Air Service. He is one of the game's original 10 attacking operators, and his loadout and abilities have received almost no changes since the game's release. He remains one of the most balanced operators in the game and is the perfect attacker to play if you are just starting out in Rainbow Six Siege. Sledge's unique gadget is, shockingly, a sledgehammer. Nicknamed the Caber, this breaching hammer is a very effective soft breaching tool. Sledge's hammer can destroy a variety of surfaces, including soft walls, hatches, barricades, and floors. It can also destroy castle barricades and Maestro's Evil Eye turrets in a single blow. Without meaning to state the obvious, Sledge's hammer will not destroy any walls or hatches that have been reinforced by defenders. Sledge does not equip his hammer like most gadgets. Instead, he will swing the hammer when the primary gadget button is pressed and released. If the gadget button is pressed and held, Sledge will keep his hammer in his hands and won't swing it until the button is released. However, aside from looking awesome, there is no gameplay benefit to doing this. After making contact with a surface, Sledge's hammer will destroy a roughly square-shaped area of destructible wall or floor. The hole created in a wall should always be large enough to vault through, and I find breaches made by Sledge to be far more consistent than those made by Buck's skeleton key shotgun. If Sledge is crouched while next to a breachable wall, then his hammer will make a square hole that reaches all the way to the ground, allowing you to crouch walk through the breach. This can actually be done while moving, so Sledge can breach a room quickly and quietly, as unlike Buck, Ash, or Zofia, Sledge's breaching sound is relatively silent. Sledge's hammer does actually have a health bar, and only has a limited number of uses before it breaks and becomes unusable. However, you would have to try very hard indeed to destroy enough of the environment to fully deplete the hammer's health bar. Finally, Sledge can use his hammer to kill enemies in a single blow, similar to a melee attack with your knife. However, given how slow and cumbersome the hammer is to use, I would never recommend doing this unless you wish to humiliate an injured defender. On the screen now is how I personally run Sledge. I use the L85A2 as his primary weapon. This reliable yet outdated British assault rifle does generous damage at medium range and has very manageable recoil. However, the trade-off is a relatively slow fire rate. I equip this weapon with an ACOG sight, a vertical grip, and a flash hider. Sledge's alternative primary weapon is the M590A1 shotgun. Since Sledge already has a more effective soft breaching tool for his primary gadget, there is absolutely no reason to take the shotgun, and the assault rifle is superior in almost every situation. For secondary weapons, I always equip the faithful SMG-11. Like Smoke and Mute, Sledge has access to this rapid-fire, high-damage SMG. The recoil is extremely hard to manage, but its fire rate is so high that it will often score a lucky headshot before it runs out of ammo. Sledge also has access to the P226 Mach 25 pistol, which I won't talk about at all as you should always take the SMG-11 in any situation. For secondary gadgets, Sledge can bring either frag grenades or flashbangs. I always take frags, as they are far more useful than stun grenades and a lot more consistent. Sledge truly is the meat and potatoes of Siege, and his playstyle is a reflection of this. His biggest advantage is his ability to open up destructible floors over an extremely wide area with his hammer. Once this is done, he can shoot enemies below and drop frags into the objective room, similar to Buck. While Sledge can usually cover a wider area than Buck when playing vertically, his gadget is slower to use, and this can leave him more vulnerable as he breaks a floor above the objective. My advice is to smash the floor below you, and then relocate, smash another spot, and keep repeating this until the defenders don't know where you are, and you'll have multiple angles to attack them from. This will make defenders panic, and they will often run into your line of sight, giving you an easy kill. Unless you have a Jackal or a Gridlock on your team, Sledge should be used to destroy any unreinforced hatches, to save your team having to waste their breaching utility on something that Sledge can easily destroy at virtually no cost to his own gadget. Sledge doesn't really have any effective partners on the attacking team. He has a job to do, and if he does it well, the rest of his team can benefit from this. But given the raw simplicity of his primary gadget, there is nothing that can be gained from pairing up with any specific operator. Sledge actually has no direct counters at all, although Jaeger can render his frag grenades useless if they are thrown into the objective site. Sledge is an incredibly well-balanced operator, and a perfect operator to help newcomers learn the basics of the game's breaching mechanics, as well as how to manipulate the game's destructible environments to your advantage. His weapons are solid, and he can be a lot of fun to use in a variety of ways. That concludes my operator guide, and I hope you've learned how to use Sledge more effectively. Comment below and let me know which operator you'd like me to cover in my next video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.